Screen.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for confirming. So, you seeing the course content of this training. So we'll be covering the S4 HANA MM. It's not only MM; it's a S4 HANA MM, and the topics. I'll be sharing this sheet, this PDF post the this demo. You can go through whatever the topics we cover, and not all the topics we can go through in the training because mm is a very vast area. Okay, so very vast. It is vast for 10 sd. Okay, and we'll be covering the important topics. I'll not miss the core and important topics. For example, when I talk on a special business process, you will be covering subcontracting consignment, and we'll also covering STO. But I'll give you brief about S- SIT STO and written STO. A brief about it. So and after covering the organization structure, master data, and the procurement cycles, and we'll move to the configurations, release strategy, output message determination, pricing, inventory management, valuation, invoice verification. So the topics can you would be little familiar, but these are different for what you have learned in ST. So the other configurations like batch management, PO confirmation, vendor evaluation, consumption based planning, split valuation, etc, as well as the physical inventory. These are the topics we'll be covering. Okay, and the all the key innovations of SAP in the MM sourcing and procurement area. See, I'll be not going through the bookish language or whatever you see in the Google. Okay, so that you will already will be find in a Google. For example, when you search, uh, "Hey, this is broken. How do I fix it?" in a Google, you'll get an answer, right? And also YouTube, you get everything. You'll get a definition. You'll get a error and how to resolve. You'll get these things. But what I will covering more than that is the business situation scenarios, and why do SAP has this future in case of S4 HANA. So lot of business scenarios. All these topics I'll be covering along with the basics, along with the business scenarios. Okay. Uh, so in the demo, you will be knowing um, what is my style of teaching, and for example, when I talk on why SAP is introduced, I'll be teaching you why SAP is introduced simplified sourcing. What is the use of it? Okay, in the market, it is a future. It is available out of box, but why do we need it? All right, and how it is useful, in what situations we should use it. It is relevant to use or not. Okay, so all this the 360-degree of the topic I'll be teaching you. Okay, from basics, the definition, and the business cases, and why do we need it. All right, and so these are the topics of S4 HANA. Okay, and because if time permits, I'll be covering each and every topic, but it's a 60-hour training, so we cannot cover each and everything. However, that side, I'll be covering the core topics. Okay, now what you will be getting from this course will be you will be learning the basics, like I said, and we'll try to learn the advanced topics as much as possible. if time permits. And you'll be getting support from us. Okay. Like, if you want to build your resume, I can help you out. Okay. If you're working professional and you want to understand some of your client uh, how to resolve the client problems, you have situations to know how to resolve it. Okay, I can help you out. And we can connect offline. It's not only we connect 1 hour or 2 hours per day in the during the training. After the training also we'll have some group created. Okay. And we can talk there. Okay, after the training as well. And you will be getting the training recording. Okay. So that you can look, um, if you have any doubts. And you'll be getting ebooks, lot many ebooks which are relevant to prepare for preparation of your certification. And and also understanding of a basic condition of SAP MM. So all these ebooks what you will see, I'll be sharing with you. Okay. Next is, okay. So any doubts till now you have?
So Abhishek, these would be in S4 HANA, and then they'll be uh, because most of them would be requiring Fury um, apps as such. So that'll all be covered, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll be taking you through the S4 HANA apps, Fury apps, I'm sorry. So I'll be teaching you that as well. What is the features of Fury apps? What
Perfect.
advantages it bring to business? Okay. So I'll be taking you through that as well.
Okay. No, because the reason why I was asking you this is sometimes you do share content, but the server does not support certain apps, right? Because
Absolutely.
they have to be enabled from the backend. So that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's correct. So the server, what we say, you'll be having this Fury apps access as well.
got it.
Maybe not every apps. Okay,
Correct.
because some apps required some special configurations. Okay,
Correct. Hmm.
but most of the apps you'll get access. And by the way, do you have the access to Learning Hub?
I do have access to Learning
Great.
Hub.
So in the Learning Hub, you'll be getting a 15 days or 3 weeks, okay,
Hmm.
of server access. That is very very much stable. You can access every Fury apps in there. You'll
Perfect.
be
Okay.
having a pre-defined data as well. You can play with it.
Got it. Okay. That's a good suggestion. I'll look into that piece as well.
Yeah, please take that advantage of that Learning Hub. Okay, it's a far better than what you get in the market in terms of Fury apps.
Got it. Okay. Abhishek,
Okay.
one last question I have. I'm not sure, I did not see the entire content sheet, but would you also be covering the service piece of procurement here?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I'll be covering the service PO as well. Service
And
procurement.
the service procurement, the service entry sheets and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. That will be there. Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
sure. So to Ragini, so do you understand what is SAP and why do the companies use SAP and what is a material management? Did you have any basic idea of this all? If not, that's fine.
Um, no, Abhishek, I don't have any idea of SAP.
All right. See, uh, so SAP is a your ERP system. Okay, enterprise resource planning. So This is how I will be teaching with you in Excel. Each day we'll have some topic. Okay, and I'll be sharing this Excel sheet for your revision. Now, to Ragini, I'll be giving a brief background of SAP. So, SAP
Okay.
is an ERP system, Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. So, SAP is a ERP plan system, and what we can do with the ERP system is we can plan the things. We can planning, okay, for tax, for pricing, okay, and for production. It's a procurement. Lot many. These are the some of I've identified, or warehouse management. So again, when I talk about the let's say procurement or production, what does it mean? It means the the big companies or big clients where the revenue is some $1 billion, okay, and it means they having a huge transactions. Any business, okay, you see which has having $1 billion of revenue generation, that means they have a lot of transactions day in day out. What transaction I'm speaking about? It's a transaction to buy something, to sell something, okay. If that company is a manufacturing unit, manufacturing company, they have a transaction related to manufacture, okay. This much quantity I need to manufacture. So okay, this is a quantity I need to manufacture, the output, the product, let's say product. I need to manufacture 100 quantity, 100 units. Then what should I need to manufacture the 100 units? Okay, so I need X item of 10 units. I need a B item of 5 units. That's fine. It's simple. uh, for production 100 units, these are the two, but I do it very regularly. And I'm explaining just a very simple straightforward example. So I do it regularly, day in day out. I do these things. So is it okay to maintain in Excel? No, not okay. Okay, so you should have a system to track these transactions, okay, for various reasons. Reason number one, so when you're doing something in your company, your manager of manager and the high level management should aware of it. Else, hence that's a illegal. So you're doing something, you're manufacturing, and you're buying something, you're selling something, you should show in the system, because at the end they take the PL, profit and loss statements, okay. All those come from this ERP system, the PL. So you see everything, you see in the news, right? The quarter results, from where they're pulling that quarter results, the one you see in the report, nothing from they're getting from ERP system, okay. So so that is a one part of a real time example of an ERP system. Why do we need an ERP system? Now the other part I was explaining the planning. So for example, um, I need the 100 units for the month of December. I cannot remember it, right? So I cannot remember everything in Excel sheet, and every day look into the Excel sheet and decide the things. It's very very tough. If I give some 1,000 lines, for example, production of 100 units today at December month, and in November month some other 10,000 units of product 1, product 2, product 3, product 5, and in October some other X units of product 1, product 2. Fine. So I cannot plan in an Excel sheet. It's because the production needs, for the production we need these materials, and whether these materials are available during the time we're not sure. Correct. So how do I make sure that these raw materials are available during the November month, December month? So system can take care of you, BF of you. Okay, our system can suggest you, hey, to produce the 100 units in the month of December, you need X units, X materials of 10 units, and B material of 5 units. So system will help you. Okay, so now, sorry, so that is a planning and a production. So when you do this transaction, we can plan it. It helps in the planning. And for the tax, for example, um, I'm not sure the US tax percentage for item to purchase or sale. Let's say 10%. Whenever you purchase an item, in any device, iPhone, you will have a tax, right? So uh, and when you go to a hotel and pay a bill, it will be a different tax. Correct. And so the tax, the tax will differ based on the service you take or the product you buy. That applies to every country. So like, so every country, each country will have a different tax slabs. China follows golden tax, India follows GST, US follows tax, and Europe also follows a different GST. Okay, so this countries follows different tax systems, very complex, very complex. Depend The tax percentage depends on various factors. Each country will have a different factors. How the tax percentage calculation factor. So that is not very easy to maintain in Excel or offline. You definitely need a system. For example, a company operates in US, China, India, and Japan, multiple countries, and each country follows various uh, various ways to let's stick to the tax. Different ways handling tax in each of these countries. Then how do you do that? System will take care of you. You just put the logic, build the logic, and system will automatically suggest you, hey, I'm purchasing this device, let's say iPhone. So system will auto suggest you, okay, iPhone you purchasing $1,000. On top of it, you have to pay $10 for the tax to the vendor or to the Apple. So $1,010. System will automatically suggest you. You don't need to tell $10 of tax to the system. Same case when I take a service in US. Let's say I want to paint my building. So system will automatically suggest you 5% for this service tax. I know to remember it. Correct. So that is tax. So system will help you. So that is the ERP system. Lot many things you can do. Warehouse management system. So for example, an order has come, and let's take the Amazon warehouse. That is a very, um, I think that is a very good example. Amazon do not use SAP, but we can take that as an example. Amazon warehouse. It's a very big warehouse. Various SKUs or products are there in the warehouse, that is arranged in aisle, and in a what do you call it, uh, pallets and everything they have, right? So how do that's very complex warehouse, right? I Now, for example, an order come, you placed an order. Let's say Apple iPhone, you placed an order. Now, how do Amazon warehouse will find the iPhone device? Where it will go? Where that operator or the warehouse guy should go and pick the device? How he will know? that is a very big warehouse, and you told him to pick the iPhone. Can he just go and pick the iPhone device? Telling to him, hey, get the iPhone in the warehouse. Can he do that? No, impossible, right? That's really impossible. It's a very big house, again, a very big house where we have a tons of products laying in the warehouse. Now, how we can find it? So, system will tell you. System can tell you. So, when you have placed that iPhone initially, when you have put that iPhone device initially in that warehouse, I would have noted that place in the system. Okay, and when the iPhone it associated with many other metadata. Okay, and when the iPhone device has come up for the sales, system will tell, hey, go to this rake number, this self number 2, and bin number 000001. Pick up, and so he'll give an address. The system will give an appropriate address to pick that iPhone. That's it. So that is a warehouse management. So all this ERP, you can do this within ERP system. In the market, we have a many ERP systems. One of the major uh, chunk of that ERP every client is using is SAP. But in the market, there are a lot many. So when you talk into the material management, the primary in the module, the primary point, the primary uh, what do you call function of the middle management is a procurement, inventory management. Okay, P2P. So when you buy something, you need an approval. It's not like when you're working in a company, right? And for that company, for example, you're working in a company and you need a laptop for that, so you can just go to the market and buy it. Is it possible? I'm working for X company. I need a laptop. So what? I go to the market, get a $1,000 laptop, $2,000 laptop, and tell to my manager, "Hey, I brought this $2,000 laptop. Please pay me." Will he do that? No. There is a process implemented to buy a laptop or any item, right? So where the process lies, it is in the system. Now you have to tell to your manager, "Hey, I need a laptop. My laptop is broken." Your manager will initiate a purchase order. The purchase order will go, let's say, it may be not very relevant example, let's say your manager requested to initiate a purchase order, or let's say your manager initiates a request to create a purchase order to the respective team for the laptop, and the respective team creates a purchase order and get approves from various departments, finance department to check the budget. Hey, we there is a request to buy a laptop. Do we have a budget for this year? And there is one more approval. Hey, there is a request to buy a purchase a laptop. Is it really required? We have an inventory and approval. Do we not have stock? Why we required it? An approval. So various levels of approvals. There is a process established, and the process differs company to company. Okay, so only once you get approval from various uh, people, then the $2,000 will be allocated to you, then you can buy. Okay, and many companies follows this SAP system to create your salaries. That is called HR. You getting a salaries the month and or certain date of the month, right? How do you get? So those transactions are processed in the HR based on your leaves applied and etc. All that it will calculate, and HR will initiate to process this much amount to another system, and that system will disperse the amount. Okay, so that is the ERP system. Okay, any
Yeah,
doubts?
Abhishek, thank you. It's I got an idea. What is the SAP, basically?
Okay, great.
Thank you for that.
Sure. Okay, so mm, um, as Ragin is new to this, can do you want to pick up any topic?
You can start with any. That's fine. I'm okay with anything.
Okay, great. Okay, fine. Oh, okay, okay. Girida, do you have access, demo access, as for an system? Let me check if I have. Okay, so uh, this is the screens. Uh, how you look, how the SAP screens look. So this is the basic screen to Ragini, basically. So in this screen, right, anything that you want to do, you need a transaction code. You want to create something, you need a T code. You want to open something, you need a T code. You want to pull something, you need a T code in this QI. So like in your laptop, you navigate, you double click to open, okay, and right click to display, to take action on that document or folder, right? And here, anything you do, you need a T code, transaction code. You need to place the transaction code here. For example, I want to create a purchase order. ME21 is the T code, okay, and this is a screen of a purchase order. And this screen basically divided into four sections. One is document overview on. Okay, this acts as a reports. It can pull the purchase orders that are created. Uh, you can pull the purchase orders with applied filters. For example, I want to pull purchase orders that are created last month or last week, or with this user, or with this plant. I can pull it on this document overview on off. The other section is the header. So in the header section, whatever you put, whatever data you see in this header section will applies to all the line items that you see in this item overview. So what is this item overview? Here you mention the material that you want to purchase, the quantity. For example, laptop. This is a laptop I want to purchase this much quantity. I want by this date. Okay, at this price, agreed price. Okay, this much quantity laptop. Okay, whatever price I agreed with the vendor. Let's say MacBook. Whatever price I agreed with the Apple. With that price, I will create an PO, and I should also tell to the Apple where you should deliver the laptops. Right? When you create an order, place an order in Amazon, you give your you give your delivery address, right? So same thing. When you create a purchase order, you should have a delivery address where the item should be sent by the vendor. This is a supplier. from where we are buying it. So this is the plant. The plant is the delivery address. Okay, the plant is the delivery address. So, and yeah, so these are some important fields that you put in the purchase order. Now there are different kinds of purchase orders. I'll be not going through that now. uh, Now this is the item overview, right? Where you will for example, I can buy MacBook of M1 chip, M2 chip, M3 chip, Apple iPhones 12, 13, 14, 15. Lot of products I can buy from Apple, right? So I can fill each of that line here. If I'm buying 10 line items, I'm sorry, if I'm buying 10 products, I can put each product here. I can mention how much quantity, what is the material I want to purchase, what is the price of that each material, agreed price. Okay, and each item details, the more details of that item will be finding here in the I'll open it. Okay, this is a sample I've opened in the item details, where you can see the more details of the line item. Okay, now so I'll make you understand some uh, uh, about this purchase order. What is this purchase order, and what are the important factors of this purchase order? So the purchase order is one of the most key document in the MM. Very important document. So this is the external document. What do you mean by external document? That these details are being sent to the vendor or supplier. This is external document means what? These details are shared to the external party. You by now would know why we are sending to external party, right? Because I want to buy this product from him. That's why I need to send these details to the external party. Now, um, now when you buy, there are a lot of details required. What are those details? Okay, let's go through some of them. So, like what you're buying a laptop. Let's say there is a laptop here, and what is the quantity? 100 laptops. What is a date that we agreed with the vendor, or the delivery date when it can be delivered? So some vendor has some what do you call, I mean, um, time to ship your goods, right? So he once we send these details to him, he will take 10 days to process the order, plus another 10 days to ship to your delivery address. So in total 20 days, right? So whatever we agreed with the supplier or vendor, you will be giving it here. What is the net price that we agreed for that laptop? Okay, now I'm talking about this agreement. Then where it is happening? You may be wondering. Okay, I'm talking about agreement. Then where it is happening? Okay, it is happening in the offline over the emails. The buyers of that company or the department, respective department, uh, they will be in touch with this vendor um, day and out. Okay, so they will have access to their phone numbers, they will access to their email IDs. Okay, they can drop an email telling, hey, what is the price of this laptop currently, at what price you can give it to me, and how soon you can deliver it to me. Okay, for this delivery address, for this zip code. So with these basic details, the buyer seeks the approvals. Also, in the email, the buyer will ask that I want 100 pieces. Can it be delivered like this? Okay. So whatever they off the record, whatever they got, the price, the delivery date, the inventory, they have to create in the system for further processing. Okay. So also today we have a systems, a if for that agreement as well, so called Ariba. In Ariba we'll do that. You can communicate with the vendor, so that all will be system recorded. Okay, nobody will blame to the buyer. Hey, he said something. I I mean I wrote it something else. That is not required. So Ariba is system where you can communicate with the vendor for the various agreements, the quantity agreement, the price agreement, the delivery date agreement. Okay. Uh, so there is another document called contract in SAP system MM, that is part of MM, that you create with a T code ME31N. This is a contract. Now, what is a contract? Contract is a long-term agreement with the vendor. So for the company, they need a laptops for their employees. So why not I create a contract with Apple saying, hey, I will be purchasing this much quantity for the next 5 years. This is my projection. Not necessarily if all the quantity what I said or agreed I'll be buying, but or I'll be buying certain X quantity from you for the next 10 years. And my projection is 1000 quantity for the next 5 years. So I can have a contract, okay, with the Apple initially. Understanding? I can communicate with them and create a document. Okay. Now, whenever there is a requirement, I'll create a purchase order referencing to that contract. What is a contract? Contract is an agreement. We agreed with Apple that I'll be buying with you, or Apple has said to me, I can deliver you the laptop of 1000 quantity the next 5 years whenever you required. Today I require 10 quantities. Because Apple has agreed, I can blindly create it without seeking advice from Apple again. Okay, not advice. I mean, without seeking an pre-approval from Apple again. Okay, so so that is, so these all whatever price are agreed, dates agreed, the quantity that is confirmed, and the delivery address. You give it, and you give the supplier here details from where I'm buying, from whom I'm buying. So when you do that, so I told you this is external document. This document will be sent to the Apple or from to whom I want to purchase. So this is a sample purchase order print. I can take a print of this purchase order where whatever I wrote here, right? It'll all 90,000 one piece will all be printed, and that copy print copy you can send to the Apple for further for them to send it. So this is one way to communicate to the Apple. There are multiple ways to communicate to that vendor. One is this print. The other option is digital, that is EDR, iDocs. Okay, and you can also email directly from the system rather than you download that PDF copy. You can download this PDF copy. I'm sorry, I put it other way. And this. Okay, PDF now. No, I'm sure not working. Okay, so you can take a print PDF of this and send an email to them as well. So there is various ways. That is again a different chapter. How do I send this information to the external parties? Okay, and and So whenever you have this purchase, right, the purchase will also will have a attached associated with or attached with terms and conditions. So for example, when you buy something in Amazon, right, you will be having a terms and conditions like you can return the item within 2 weeks. Post that you cannot return. If item is damaged during the shipment, you can return it as well. These are some terms and conditions. Likewise, I'll also have a the company will also have a terms and conditions when they buy from this supplier. For what, uh, let's say once the items are received and it will go to the inspection, and if the inspection is passed, we'll keep it, and if this post inspection it is failed, will return to the vendor. So all this will be should be there in terms and conditions. If the delivery is delayed by the state, if you're not delivering the items by the state, you will be charged 5%, or the items are liable for return or will be not accepting. So a lot of terms and conditions of that company, and whatever we agreed with the vendor will be there. So where do you put in the texts, in these texts, the terms and conditions, or the documents. You may have the documents, right? The documents will be attached, can also be attached. Okay, the documents whatever we attach, the attachment terms and conditions also can be sent to the vendor over the email or over the idocs etc. Okay, so any doubt till now?
Hi,
No, Abhishek.
Abhishek. Actually, this purchase, I mean, you were explaining purchase order, right?
Yeah, yeah,
This is a topic like you pick from whatever your topics showed on the first
yeah,
starting, right?
yeah, that's correct.
Okay. The you all explained this. This is all under only purchase order only, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. 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 That's the my.
Okay, so these are the details the buyer basically fills it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all the terms and conditions, all the attachments, relevant attachments that we need to send to the supplier, and all other basic details.
Okay.
Activities, you can tell the activities that buyer do, the business do before creating this purchase order. And post the purchase order is created, it will go to the approval. Okay, it will be approved, the buyer manager, manager of manager, finance department, HR department etc, based on the rules. That is also there.
So, Abhishek, you'll be covering those flexible workflows also here as part of the curriculum, right?
Yeah, yeah, we'll be covering flexible workflow as a S4 HANA topic,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
yeah, we'll be seeing that as well.
Okay. So, when you cover purchase orders in the real session, you'll be also covering the backend config related to it.
Yeah, yeah. First, we'll be covering the
Yeah.
flows, process flows, the screens of
Perfect.
SAP. Yeah, then we'll jump into the configuration.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, so if you do not have any other questions, can we wind up this session?
I think so. We are good with this session for now. Abhishek, can you confirm me how means what are you looking at in terms of uh, how many days a week you would want to we would
Oh,
have the session, all that stuff? Because I've not discussed that with anyone so far.
correct,
So I
correct.
was wondering if you can cover that piece.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So see, I'll be thinking to have 6 days a week.
Hmm.
Okay, and that is a 6 hours at least. We should be covering more than that, but the minimum is a 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay,
So basically
Monday to Saturday.
Monday to Saturday. Okay.
Yeah.
So and how you're
Monday
and
to
you
Saturday, yeah, I need to think because Saturday, mm,
Okay.
it's like not possible for me because my kids are here at home.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Sunday to Friday.
I think Monday to Friday, the same timings is okay for me, but it's like Sunday or Saturday, like different timings works for me because in the morning times, like in India, IST AM time is okay for me.
Mm-hmm. Because we have a too much to cover, so that's the reason we need a some one more day.
and what is the
Yeah,
duration that you're
okay,
looking at?
Abhishek.
Abhishek, what is the duration when you say 6 days a week? You're trying to cover this entire course within a month, or
No,
it'll take two
within a
months?
month. Within a month, it means we need to have 2 hour session a day.
Okay.
But
No,
I'm looking for 1.5 hour
one
now.
and a half months or
One
two
and a half
months?
hour, 1 hour 30 minutes each day,
Okay. Each day. Okay.
and I need a 60 hours, 55 to 60.
Okay. Got it.